Welcome back to Delicate Dark Girl! Yay! Today we're going to be doing makeup for glasses, and the reason why I'm going to be doing this chatty get ready with me with glasses is because I realize I do the bulk of my videos without my glasses on, and these are, as you can clearly tell, actual prescription glasses. They're wobbly, they're old. I think I've had them for over 10 years now. And these were made before the technology, the new lens technology, where you can get like a really heavy prescription in a thin lens. So you'll see that my lenses are kind of thick, especially this one, because this is the eye with astigmatism. So anyway, I have, in the next coming weeks, I'm just going to basically be doing looks surrounding glasses, because I wear glasses. I wear my glasses probably as much as I wear my contacts, especially when I run out of contacts. And I still wear makeup. So I figured, why am I acting like I never put on glasses? I should do makeup with my glasses on. Let's get to it! So first, we start with a clean face, okay? And then we're gonna put on our primer. So because of where my glasses sit, right there on the bridge of my nose, yeah, push them out of our way. We're gonna go simple on the eyebrows today because I feel like today I want to do a complete brown look. Like brown lipstick, brown everything. We're gonna start with eyebrow. And I'm going to take my NYC mascara that has almost nothing left and use that like eyebrow gel. And basically, we're not going to minimize or do any of that to our eyebrows today. Or at least not too much. We're not going to try to minimize them. If they get minimized in the process, such is life. There we go. Our natural eyebrow. I'm going to take the Nika K concealer. This is where it gets difficult because of where my glasses go up to. So you just raise your eyebrow and get in there, or you can get a small mirror and stop making life so difficult. I was going to use the mirror in my Iman compact. Speaking of Iman, so you know how there's a lot of Black-owned businesses, beauty businesses nowadays that are under skepticism, like especially if it's a new one, it's under skepticism and fire, and it's actually making me kind of upset because people are acting like they're being skeptical about it because of all the Black-owned businesses, like of all the non-Black-owned businesses that use Black models and Black people as spokespeople to act like they're Black friendly. But the thing is, like, that doesn't take the place of actually being a Black-owned company. And on top of that, every time these companies do that, it's still very apparent that they're not Black-owned. So to act like you're so skeptical whether a company who comes out and outright says they're Black-owned, which is like perjury by law. Like a company, a corporation, any kind of company, LLC, a partnership, a solo enterprise cannot do that without, like, legit law breaking. So y'all acting like if someone says they're Black owned that it's a lie, and it's like people know the difference between Black owned and Black founded. Like most companies aren't even, they'll say it was founded by so and so. The terminology is important, and just because you didn't pay attention to terminology doesn't mean that the companies are trying to dupe you. Like they put it out in the open, and I've heard before that putting things out in the open is exactly where you can hide them because people don't pay attention. That really makes me angry. Like, and especially every time it seems to be a woman-owned company, like if it's a Black woman and that Black woman is an African Black woman, there seems to be even more skepticism about her legitimacy than anybody else. At least here in the States, it's like that. And I'm just so tired of that. Like, when Nubian Heritage / Shea Moisture first stopped being Black owned, it was all over their website and it was so easy to see. They put all their owners up on the board and you saw that little white family there. You saw all those men. They took off Black owned. People were asking them, are you still Black owned? And they said, we are a family owned company. We're still family owned. They took that Black off and everyone ignored it. until that commercial came out and y'all couldn't ignore it anymore. And then everyone acted like it was a surprise. And that was wild to me because I was like, okay, but they haven't been black owned in a minute. So I can understand getting sideswept because it's not like they announced the new orders, but it was right there for everyone to see. It's 2017 now, and it's just, there's no excuse for people not to know because it's one Google search away. Everything is one Google search away. They make companies be so transparent these days. It's not even a joke. Anyway, that's enough of that. If I start to talk. Now, we'll take this and we'll just fill in the ends a little bit to keep the brows a bit thick. Thickums. I honestly can't even see what I look like in the camera right in front of me now. That's how nearsighted I am. And you don't have to make your eyebrows as thick or as strong as I did, but I like them. I'm gonna make them a little small. No, I'm not. My eyebrows are big and they're brown. What we're gonna do now, we're still gonna use our little mirror. I'm gonna use this puff because I've realized that this Maybelline, you know that white circular sponge that I use a lot, like they're like cheap and they're nice for doing stuff, but it kind of absorbs this. So this one I found doesn't. So with that I'll use this. And because it's cold outside, a lot colder than it was before, I am going to be putting some moisture into this. Now this is not something I made up, it's something pretty common. I feel like most people do this, especially in the winter time. If you don't use usually I'll use a cream foundation or something like that, but this one's matte and poreless, so it kind of has a good offset to what I'm going to do. So I'll just put a little bit on my hand. And then I'm going to take this fractionated coconut oil. It doesn't have to be fractionated or whatever. It just means it's like cold pressed or something. Anyway, and I'm just going to actually add it to it. Because sometimes for me, even though my skin is oily, I'm just gonna mix it together with the blender. And the reason why I'm putting it with it is because I notice when it gets very cold outside with matte products in the winter, without proper moisturizing of the skin, my skin, once in the winter day for any period of time, my skin will start going. So that's what we're trying to avoid here by putting a bit of moisture right into the foundation before we put it on our face. See me just lifting up my glasses because if you're like me, you can't see, and I don't feel like I can't hold a mirror. Well, I could, but I don't want to. This one is my perfect like life color. Look at that. And you can go back in with as many coats as you want, but I found that this foundation is pretty medium coverage, so I don't need like the most, but because I do have some discoloration, I might put a little more. So this is, I think, CoverGirl, and it's some ridiculous shade like tawny. I just grabbed it because. So what I'm gonna do is just put a few dots here, and we'll just use our finger. We used very little, and you'll see why. It's a really peachy color, this concealer. So if you have peachier undertones, I mean, it's still a ridiculous shade, but if you just use a tiny bit, it's going under your glasses, so I think it camouflages itself pretty well. I actually put too much on the other side. We're gonna have to take some away. Now we're gonna move to the eyes. The trickiest part yet, but not really. You have an advantage here, because even though you have to take your glasses off, doing your eyes always requires a mirror regardless. Since we're going with an all brown everything, there's so many browns to choose from in this thing. We are going to use this brown. Oops, that brown. I'm squinting because I can't see. I'm gonna put that all over our lid, just like as a base, sparkly base. Why am I so into sparkles all of a sudden? Because it's the holidays. You know, I love a good matte, but you know, holidays. I want to look like a walking ornament. I want to feel festive. To deepen it, of course, we are going to use this guy over here. We're actually just going to put that on the outer part and kind of move it in like that. Kind of like you're concentrating it on the outer corner. but it just happens to be moving towards the middle. It's like from the upside and then down by the line. You're basically kind of making it a C, but not really, like a sloppy C. Then take this one here. It's kind of like a, I don't know. And we're gonna put it on the middle. We're gonna put it like on the lid, like right there, because it kind of just blends in with it. There we go. Okay, we'll just put a bit of those lighter brown, oh, excuse me, this right here. We'll just put that underneath our eyelid. So anyway, that looks all right from what I can see. Yeah, put our glasses back on so we can see our materials. And as usual, we're gonna put a bit of Juvia's Place Chad as our tight line with our trusty dusty angle brush. I sprayed the brush with some fixing spray. So now we're using the Maybelline Master Graphic. Wow, it's another permanent marker! And we're just gonna, you know, make a line. We're gonna make it really strong though. Like, we're really gonna make this line like, BAM! At least we're gonna try. And then we'll go and we'll make it blacker with more Chad. We'll just go in there and tap, tap, tap right into the lash line so that there's no gaps. And then a little bit under, as if I were to tight line. Touch up the wing too to make that even stronger. We'll fix that later. Take our concealer, because it's got a little brush tip. We're gonna just clean up the edge here. So we'll do our normal activity back here, go down and go up. And then Physicians Formula. People think you don't have to do much with eyes when you have glasses because it's covering them up. But honestly, I feel like you should focus a little more on your eyes when you're wearing glasses because there's a lot of focus on that area now. Like, glasses actually pull attention to your eyes. And don't be afraid that your glasses are going to cover them up. If anything, it will magnify them. Because I usually use a little bit of blush, I said it was going to be all brown everything, so that means brown everything. I'm going to use a bit of Katsina. You can use whatever little brown powder you want, especially if it's a actual fixing powder, but I just like using this because it kind of acts for me like a fixing powder. Just slightly. You don't have to put like the most. So now we're moving on to the mouth. Honestly, I'm thinking why not just use Night Moth, period. This is more berry than I want it to be. I want it to be brown. So here comes Photo. Yes. Just get it all over. Deepen it up. Oh. Darker. Darker. There we go. Ta-dum. Isn't that nice? You're a whole made up person. Let's take a closer look. So that's Photo and Night Moth on the mouth. Made for a really luxurious brown. I wish I had done that sooner, but I have my Night Moth has been lost for months. Anyway, here are the eyes. Really thick eyeliner, thick eyebrow, like a little goldy beige eye. You know what this eye reminds me of? You know what this eye reminds me of? It reminds me of my Atsuko Jackson eye. It's a little different though because it's kind of smoked out on the edge, but it's not just full gold like hers. It's just that gold in the center. This is your makeup for glasses. You can have a little fancy face with your glasses. So, bye. I really like this look. I don't want to take it off. I think this is really, really soft and natural. Okay, bye.